The crystalline spires of Zephyria Prime gleamed under the twin suns, their ethereal beauty masking the political turmoil that had engulfed the planet for months. In the shadows of the royal palace's meditation gardens, Princess Nehal of the Zephyrian Empire pressed herself against the smooth bark of a luminescent tree, her opalescent skin shimmering with fear. Footsteps echoed through the corridors behind her, heavy, mechanical, relentless. The Caltharian assassins had finally breached the palace defenses. Her father's enemies had come to claim what they believed was rightfully theirs, her life, and with it, the key to the Empire's most sacred technologies. "Your Highness," a calm voice spoke from the shadows nearby. Nihal's large violet eyes darted toward the source. A human male stepped into the moonlight filtering through the garden's energy canopy. He was unremarkable by galactic standards, medium height, brown skin, dark hair, wearing the simple gray uniform of a diplomatic aide. She recognized him as Adnan, one of the Earth ambassador's assistants who had arrived weeks ago for the trade negotiations. "Human," she whispered, her voice trembling with desperation. "Can you protect me?" The question hung in the air between them. Nehal had no idea what she was asking. To her, humans were a curiosity, a young species that had somehow stumbled into interstellar travel despite their primitive biology. No enhanced reflexes like the Caltharians. No natural armor like the Orcs. No psionic abilities like her own people, just ordinary. Adnan's expression remained calm, almost serene. "Yes, Your Highness, I can." Before she could respond, the garden's entrance exploded in a shower of sparks and debris. 3 Caltharian assassins burst through, their cybernetic implants gleaming, plasma rifles charging with deadly light. Each stood nearly 8 feet tall, their natural exoskeletons enhanced with military-grade armor that could deflect most energy weapons. "Princess Nehal," the lead assassin's voice grated through his vocal synthesizer. "You will come with us. Your bloodline ends tonight." Nehal instinctively stepped behind Adnan, her hands trembling. The human seemed impossibly small against the towering alien killers. He had no visible weapons, no armor, nothing but the clothes on his back. "I'm afraid that won't be happening," Adnan said quietly, stepping forward. The lead Caltharian laughed, a harsh mechanical sound. "Human, you are out of your depth. Step aside or share her fate." What happened next defied everything Princess Nehal thought she knew about the universe. Adnan moved. Not the enhanced speed of a Caltharian cybernetic system, not the teleportation of a psionic, something else entirely. Something that spoke to millions of years of evolution, of ancestors who had survived ice ages and predators, who had climbed to the top of their world's food chain through nothing but adaptive ingenuity and relentless determination. The first assassin fired his plasma rifle. Adnan was already gone, having read the minute muscle tension in the alien's trigger finger a split second before the shot. He rolled behind a crystalline fountain, his mind calculating trajectories, cover points, and weaknesses with the cold efficiency that had once helped his ancestors track mammoth across frozen tundra. The Caltharians advanced, confident in their technological superiority. They had never fought a human before. Adnan emerged from behind the fountain, having scooped up a handful of the decorative crystal shards. His arm whipped forward with precision born from a species that had once brought down giants with nothing but sharp rocks and clever tactics. The makeshift projectile struck the lead assassin's optical sensor array, temporarily blinding him. In that moment of confusion, Adnan closed the distance. The Caltharians were powerful, but their enhanced bodies made them reliant on their technology. They had forgotten the raw, unpredictable nature of biological adaptation. Adnan's fist connected with a joint in the second assassin's armor. Not random, but targeted to a weakness he had observed in Caltharian physiology during the diplomatic meetings. His ancestors had learned to find the soft spots in mammoth hide and saber-tooth muscle. Armored joints were no different. The assassin staggered, and Adnan flowed like water around his clumsy counterattack. Humans had evolved not just to hunt, but to survive, to endure pain, to keep fighting when others would fall, to adapt to any environment or situation. Princess Nehal watched in stunned silence as this unremarkable human dismantled her would-be killers with nothing but intelligence, adaptability, and an almost frightening persistence. When the first assassin systems came back online, Adnan had already repositioned, using the garden's layout to his advantage like his ancestors had used forest and plain. The battle was over in less than 3 minutes. 3 of the galaxy's most feared killers lay unconscious, their weapons scattered, their confidence shattered by a species they had dismissed as primitive. Adnan straightened his diplomatic uniform, barely breathing hard. "Are you injured, Your Highness?" Nihal stared at him, her violet eyes wide with wonder and something approaching awe. How did you do that?" A small smile played at the corners of Adnan's mouth. "Your Highness, humans didn't conquer their world through superior technology or natural advantages. We did it through something else entirely. The ability to adapt, to endure, to find a way when there is no way." He gestured to the fallen assassins. "Your attackers relied on their enhancements, their weapons, their intimidation. But they forgot the most important lesson in any conflict. Never underestimate a species that climbed to the top of the food chain on a death world using nothing but their wits." Princess Nihal's perception of humanity, and of the quiet diplomatic aide who had just saved her life, shifted fundamentally in that moment. She had asked if he could protect her, never imagining that she was speaking to a member of the most persistently dangerous species in the galaxy. "Thank you," she whispered. Adnan inclined his head respectfully. "Always happy to help, Your Highness. Shall we contact palace security to collect our friends here?" As they walked back toward the palace, Princess Nihal realized she had learned something that would reshape her understanding of the cosmos. Sometimes the greatest strength comes not from what you can do, but from what you refuse to give up trying to do. And humans, she now understood, never gave up.